In this Mailtimer review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this app. If you have any questions, please comment them down below, and I'll also leave a discounted link so you can always get your money's worth for Mailtimer. Mailtimer lets you create eye-catching countdown timers that boost your sales, conversions, and click-through rates. Once we've logged in, we come over to the dashboard, and as we can see here, we don't have any timers yet. So if I just go ahead and go on Create Timer, now we have an array of different customization options. We have the General tab, Counter, Labels, Container and Positions, and Advanced, and I will go through all of these. I'm also just going to go ahead and take a look at the Change Template. If we click on there, as we can see, we can choose from one of these templates. So I could go for this one, it's a little bit similar, or possibly this one. I like this one, so I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to customize it a little bit more. Timer type, the first one we have is standard, where you can obviously set an expiration date and time. We have run when email is opened. Evergreen, set the duration and run the timer when the email is opened. Each recipient will see its own timer depending on when the email was opened. Run when email is sent. Set the duration and run the timer when the email is sent. Dynamic end date. Set the expiration date and time dynamically using a variable, perfect for transactional emails. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave it on standard, and then I'm going to set my end date. So I'm going to do Friday the 26th at 1 PM, and then I'm just going to set our time zone to London. We also have selection options for days, hours, minutes, and seconds. So if you didn't want it to display the seconds, you could just turn that off, and that would just display the days, hours, and minutes. Below General, we have Counter. So first, we can set the font size and the font type. So I'm going to have a look through the fonts. I like the look of Red Rose, so I'm going to give this one a go. As we can see, that's updated that there. If I wanted a smaller font size, I could just put that down a little bit. And as we can see, that's slightly decreased that. We can also set the colour. So this is obviously set for black, but I could go ahead and set this to whatever colour we'd like. So that changes the colour for the inside of the timers. We also have the option to show leading zeros. We can turn that off if we wanted to. That would just show it without the zeros. There's also the option for individual colours for counters. So if we enabled that, and then each counter could have its own colour. We also have the option for counterclockwise as well. Below Counter, we have Labels. Here we can set the font and the font size. So I'm just going to increase this a little bit. As we can see, that's changed there. We can also change the colour. And if we wanted individual colours for labels, then we can obviously tick that and select the colour for each label. You can also set the text as well, so it's automatically days, hours, minutes, or seconds. If you wanted to shorten that in any way or change that, you can change that there. Below Labels, we have Container and Positions. Here we can set the background colour for this, and that sets it as a background. We could also go for rounded corners, and you can set a matte colour for this. We can also set the radius, and if you wanted to, you could also upload a file, so you could upload your own background image. Below Container and Positions, we have Advanced. Here we can set the on expiration, so it can show zeros, hide timer, show message, or reset and restart. Say if I went for show message, then we could set a custom message, so I could say this offer has expired. You can also set if you wanted to show dividers or not, and then you can also set the dividers colour. We also have the option to show title, so it's automatically set to launching soon, but you could set that with a custom message, set the font size, set the font, and the title colour. Once you're happy with your timer, you can go ahead and go on Save and Publish, or you can also go on Send Test Email. So if I went on Send Test Email, here you could enter up to 3 email addresses, and this will be sent over, and you could then test it. So once we're happy to publish our timer, we can set the alignment, so we could go for left, centre, or right, and we also have the timer integration code there. You would obviously insert this snippet into your email or your website HTML code. There's also the option to set up a custom domain. Once that's complete, if you go over to Dashboard, and as we can see, our timer shows here. If we wanted to turn that off for whatever reason, we could just click on that, and that would disable the timer. As we've just created our timer, we don't have many views yet, but we can see our timer views show there, and our dynamic links clicked shows there. We also have an array of options. We have edit, get code, clone, rename, and delete. Below dashboard, we have archive timers. As we can see, there's no archive timers here, but once a timer has expired, it would show up here. Below archive timers, we also have custom fonts. Here we could upload a custom font if we wanted to, say, keep it to the same fonts that's on our website or within our email. We could upload that there. And then there's also a get help section as well. So what did I think of Mailtimer? Mailtimer was really simple to use, and I love the whole range of customization options. Things like being able to select a template or change the font or colour really brought the timers to life. I will say though, it would be even better if there was more choice of templates. That being said, I would definitely recommend Mailtimer. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.